What's going on, guys? Cygnus here, and today we're going to be taking a look at something I've had a lot of fun with lately, and that is speedrunning corrupted dungeons. And before you go into the comments and say it, I know exactly what you're thinking. Say, you're just being a rat. Corrupted dungeons are meant for PvP. And to that, I'd kindly disagree with you. Per the patch notes, corrupted dungeons are the new single-player dungeons found throughout the open world. After choosing a difficulty level, players enter and begin cleansing corrupted creatures, which grants infamy points. Cool. Players can also invade or be invaded, with the invaded player given a choice between fighting their invader or destroying demonic shards to banish them. Killing another player grants a portion of their infamy. Higher infamy levels give access to higher level dungeons and overall better rewards. Nowhere does that say these are forced PvP interactions. Moving on. So when I say speedrunning, what does that mean? I'm trying to hit 2000 infamy and kill the last boss in a specific amount of time. Usually I try to finish the dungeon as fast as possible, then go to any chest locations I might have skipped. So technically, yes, it does take me a little bit longer, but if I wanted to just continue to the next dungeon to get more and more fame, I have the option to do so. Sometimes you'll find you'll get a really juicy chest on the first boss you kill. You want to get the fuck out of there and bank it as quickly as possible. So anyways, onto the build. I've been doing this with the Great Axe build that we all know and love, with a Great Axe, Scholar Helm, Mage Robe, Leather Shoes, and a Thetford Cape. I also bring along Cabbage Soup and Poison Potions. The higher tier Poison Potions you can afford, the better. There might be a bug right now. And to those of you wondering, why am I doing this? It's pretty lucrative and the fame is hard to beat, honestly. I'll throw some numbers out there for you. So when I filmed this, I was at around 275,000 infamy, and I looted around 260k in just runes, tomes, and silver bags. I didn't get any gear by the time I finished the last boss. And as for the fame, I'm max spec in everything except for the Mage Robe, and I'm using a 6.1 satchel. I'm getting an average of 230,000 fame credits per corrupted dungeon, and that's not full clearing. Let's do some quick maths here. Let's say my average is about 7 minutes a dungeon, and I'm not banking anything, so I'm just going from dungeon to dungeon to dungeon. I think we can average around 250,000 in raw loot and 200,000 fame credits per dungeon. This assumes you can do about 8 dungeons in an hour, not including banking and invasions, etc. This averages about 2 million silver an hour, 1.6 million fame credits an hour, and that's not even with everything max spec. And sure, winning fights in these dungeons probably nets you a lot more infamy and silver, especially if you're in Slayer. But if you're trash like I am at solo PvP and hate the downtime of re-gearing constantly, this method will probably benefit you a lot more. Which brings me to my next point. Is this build any good at PvP? Personally, I don't think so. Some people out there love using axe to PvP with, but it's not my favorite weapon of choice. So that begs the question, is it any good at running away? And I gotta be honest with you, it's not terrific. The build does have quite a bit of movement, especially if you swap from Raging Blades to Adrenaline Boost, but as a rule of thumb, if I see somebody's name on my screen before I've gotten 2 out of the 3 crystals, I'm probably dead. A lot of this has to do with the layout of the dungeon as well. You can get kinda screwed over with the dungeons that have the crystals only in the 4 corners, and good luck with that. But this has been one of the quickest ways I've been able to solo fame farm, probably due to the satchel and the convenience of just being able to go to the next dungeon as soon as you finish the last boss. It's absolutely awesome for those that don't like to spend the time to mass for group dungeons, etc, etc. So the first thing I do when I enter a dungeon is check the map. And you'll notice I check the map quite a bit, almost obsessively. I just want to make sure I'm going the correct way at all times. Anyway, I check the map and I try to look for the route that takes me to at least 2 chests and follows a path that has the rooms that have a ton of mobs that you can group up. You'll notice I tend to run past mobs that I can't group up in AoE down, and this is because I try to get as much infamy per kill as I can, and the more mobs I group together, the better. There's some mobs that you can't skip, however, and the hook mobs are definitely them unless you want to use your boot ability to get away or to try and dodge the actual chain. I've got a particular method for bosses, but it's generally the same across all the different ones you'll see in this dungeon. I usually run in and wait to get close, then throw a poison, add a bleed with my Q, and then Raging Blades into a whirlwind. The rest is honestly muscle memory at this part. I've ran them so much. Every boss in this dungeon has an ability they do at 50% health that you're going to have to run out of or dodge, and as long as you have decent ping, it shouldn't be a problem. So my last personal best was 5 minutes and 40 seconds. I took a look at the video though while I was editing and thought, I think I can do better. And then while trying to record, I got invaded almost every single time. I thought I had a great time going. It'd feel like I have a really good cadence instead of rhythm running, and then boom, I'd get invaded. I probably could have shaved a couple seconds off this run by using my poison as soon as it came up near the end of this fight, but I just figured I'd be fine. And my new personal best is... 5 minutes and 28 seconds. I don't record every single one of my runs, so I possibly could have beaten this already, but this is the fast proof I have. Well, that's all for this video. I'm gonna go and clear the chest that I skipped. I'm curious as to how fast you guys have been able to run through these, if you've even been keeping track, but let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to check out the public Discord, and thanks for watching. Peace!